Let's say in your company, employees can do self-evaluation. So, when the review starts, first up, employees are notified. They log on to GroSum and see that one of their open tasks is do self-review. Here, an employee can see the different review form sections they have to complete as well as who the reviewers are and their relative weightage. Let's start with performance ratings. Here we can see the performance measures that have been set are listed. The employee can self-rate from a preset scale. For measurable goals, the actual achievement can be recorded and GroSum automatically recommends a rating. All the while, the overall performance score of the employee gets computed and displayed. For each goal, the employee can further add details and comments to justify the self-rating. Once done, employees can go to the other form sections to provide inputs. Let's look at the development form. Here the employee can intimate any development and training needs identified during the review period. These needs can also be tagged to a specific performance measure such that managers and HR understand the context of why this need is identified. Once all inputs are provided, employee can sign off and the reviewer is accordingly notified by GroSum. When reviewer logs on to GroSum, they see that one of their open tasks is be the reviewer quotes. Here, the reviewer can see the list of employees they are reviewing and the current status of the form. For those employees who have signed off, the reviewer can now access the form and start the review. Let's start with performance ratings. Here we can see the employees' self-ratings of performance measures. The manager too rates the employee on each of the measures as well as add details and comments. GroSum provides a compare tool that allows reviewers to compare within a set of employees the ratings he/she has given on the goals. This is quite useful for relative rating of employees. All the while, the overall performance score of the employee is computed and displayed. Once done, reviewers can go to the other form sections to provide inputs. Let's look at the transfer and promotion form. Here the reviewer can recommend an employee to be promoted and suggest the future profile. Additional details as required can be submitted here too. Similarly, in the development form, the reviewer can see what inputs the employee has submitted and add more if required. Once all inputs are provided, reviewer can sign off and the form moves on to the next leg of the workflow. In certain organizations, review moderation helps a senior executive monitor and audit the quality of review inputs by managers as well as ensure the process is fair and transparent. With GroSum, you can set multi-levels of moderation, even specific to employees. So, if there is a moderation layer, then the review form travels to the moderator once it is signed off by the reviewer. When moderator logs on to GroSum, they see that one of their open tasks is be the moderator. Here, the moderator can see the list of employees they are moderator and the current status of the form. For those employees whose forms have been signed off by the reviewers, the moderator can now access the form and start the moderation. Let's start with performance ratings. Here we can see the employees' & reviewers' ratings of performance measures. The moderator can make changes to the reviewers' ratings, if required. Similarly, moderators can go to the other form sections to provide inputs. Let's look at the development form. Here the moderator can see what inputs the employee and reviewer have submitted and add more if required. Once done, moderator can sign off and the form moves on to the next leg of the workflow. In GroSum, you can set up the review process to complete with an acceptance procedure where the employee reviews the inputs given by managers and formally agrees to it by signing off. So, in this case, once review and moderation has happened, the form travels back to the employee for acceptance. When employee logs on to GroSum, they see that one of their open tasks is accept and sign off on review. Here, the employee can see the different form sections and a summary of the inputs provided by managers. By going to each form section, the employee can view the reviewer's ratings and the various inputs provided by the manager. In case an employee has multiple reviewers, then the inputs of either managers can be seen from this single view. Once done, In case the employee is dissatisfied with the review, then he/she can choose to disagree, for which a reason has to be provided. In this case, the managers and HR are notified and the form opens up for the reviewer to reconsider the inputs and sign off again for reviewee acceptance. In case the employee is now happy with the review, then he/she can confirm agreement, and this completes the review for the employee. Managers and HR are automatically notified by GroSum on successful completion of the process. GroSum is adequately flexible to automate the end-to-end workflow of a performance review in any organization. That too supported with alerts and reminders. So, come sign up and get going. The truth obviously isn't smelling the rose.